Oh, it started already? You just chop it, right?
You know how to edit me?
Nah, son, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You about to, you know what I'm saying, interview a creative on
I would say you don't know what you're doing.
I know it.
It's just different. It's different.
Yeah,
You know
it
what
is.
I mean?
That's why I had so many questions and shit.
What up, Bob?
Chilling, baby. What's up? We here.
I'm good. Welcome to the show. This is, I don't even know what it's called, but welcome. It's your boy, Mike Extra. I got a guest here, my brother, my fam, Brandon. I'll let him introduce himself and give a little background on what he does and how you can contact him and shit. But yeah, it's Friday, November 15th. We got some wine and we just gonna chop it up.
Yeah.
Get for y'all to get to know my little brother. You know, because I'm taller than that nigga, although he older than me.
All right.
Nah, I'm just playing.
So I was on the.
But yeah, get used to this, y'all. It's gonna be more of these.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
You know,
Do a
we
little-
want to chair it up real
Oh,
quick
there's
before.
something in here, boy.
Yeah, it's organic wine.
You
You
got
right?
pork in here, bro?
Nah,
Yeah,
not
it's
at all.
pork. I see it.
Oh, you got it.
Trying to kill me.
Damn, and I opened that shit up perfectly too.
Trying to kill me.
That's crazy.
See,
Yeah.
right. Nah, but yo, cheers.
Cheers,
Salud.
baby. Salud.
You know what I mean? Shouts to a good episode.
Yeah, see, that's that good. That's that good.
That shit is good. I like that. Thank you.
Brandon's
here. So y'all know Brandon's here visiting. He came for his birthday. Yesterday was his birthday.
Yeah.
Big 3-5. I don't know if he wants you to know that. Fuck him.
Big 3-5, man.
Big 3-5. How you feel, Bob?
I feel old. I definitely feel old. I mean, the wine says it all. You know what I mean? I can't really.
I don't think the wine says it all, but go ahead.
You know what I mean? I can't really drink hard stuff like we used to. You know, should have put me to sleep. But
You want to drink hard stuff?
all right, pause.
Type of shit you do?
Pause. See, y'all about to hear pause this whole episode.
He said he wants to drink hard stuff, y'all.
But yeah, man. Your Big 3-5. I feel good. Introduce myself. My name is Brandon. For some of y'all don't know. Brooklyn. From Brooklyn. We both from Brooklyn. Yeah, man. I do photography, freelance photography, and you know, we're gonna talk about why I do what I do, why the lane that I chose in terms of photography, and what I chose. A little bit about my life for some of the people who don't know and aren't.
But tell him like where you from.
Brooklyn, New York, Williamsburg. I like to tell
Right.
people old Williamsburg.
How long you been there?
My whole life, man. My whole life. I never really left New York. I mean, of course I traveled, but I never really left New York, you know. Brooklyn native, born in Brooklyn Hospital. Don't get no more Brooklyn than that, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of us, as you know, we don't really say we from New York. We say we from Brooklyn. So
Facts.
people immediately know that where you from once you say that. We proud about ours. But yeah, man, we here. We
Bet,
here
bet.
today. Denver, Brooklyn takeover.
That's facts. Brandon's been here. Brandon's been shitting on the city, and he's gone a 5-block radius.
Yo, it's different, man.
But it's alright though. I ain't even mad at him. I get it. I shit on the city, but I'm still out here. 6
Love
years.
to Denver, you know. Shout outs to Denver, you know.
Don't worry. Most of the people in Denver don't even watch this shit because they hate us.
Yeah, I know. We gotta get some more Denver people.
We will.
watching.
There's real Denver people out
gotta-
here. I've been meeting them.
We gotta get them to watch. You know what I mean? But you know, I wanted to get away from the city, and you know, usually when I'm traveling, it's somewhere where we partying and all that. But I wanted to do something a little bit more chill this weekend for the Big 3-5. I wanted to see the fire crib, see the fire setup. You know,
It's
Secular,
crazy. See,
proud
just
of
said Brandon.
Proud
So
of
I
you,
lived with
man.
Brandon for 5 years. Brandon's my brother. I lived with him. We shared. Well, I had a room in his crib because it's been his crib his whole life. But it's actually cool to have you here because like you seen me have like a studio in the crib, in the
Facts.
room. You see me take
Facts.
sometimes depending on the situation, we would
Yeah.
take the studio to the living room, and then now to just see how far I've come is pretty crazy, right?
Bro, moving the studio from your room to the living room to me thinking I could rap on your tracks to it's been
Coming home from work to just mad niggas in the crib,
Yo,
doing
bro.
drugs, windows open,
You know
smelling
what
like
I'm
spray
saying?
paint.
I'm coming there, everybody looking crazy, bro. I'm not even gonna go through the names of drugs, but you know what I mean?
Nah, I'm talking about this is a specific story I'm talking about with Brandon where we had the living room. I was working on the mikextra Inc. project, and I had set up I set up the speakers in the living room to mix the project, and while I was mixing the project, I had two friends there. I'm not gonna throw them under because I'm gonna throw some information in there. I had two friends there.
No.
One was doing some art and one was helping me with the mix. But we thought it'd be fun that night to do Molly while we tried to be creative. So I'm over here trying to mix an album. So my man's is doing art in the room. We got all the windows open because it smelled like spray paint in the crib. And yeah, I remember I mixed one song that night. And when I heard it back the next day, Ask anyone. Damn, I wish I could bring up a name.
Nah,
I don't want to do
I
that
mean,
though.
yeah.
There's someone, yo. If you know who my closest friends are that I make music with, ask someone who I'm close with and make music with. How
And
the
if you
mix
watching
sounded.
this,
How
you
the
know who
mix.
you are.
How the mix sounded the next day on that record. I swear I had to remix the record because it was I overdid it. I was mollied out.
Yeah, bro. I mean, but seeing that, like, you know me, I've never really done Molly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I smoke weed, whatever. But I never really done Molly. So, like, coming home from work, bro, that was like a long day. And I remember I'm opening the door, I'm coming in. Yo, lights is bright. It's like full studio in the living room. And, I don't want to say no names again, but the first person I saw, they turned and looked at me. And I mean, they eyes was like, I say, yo, what is going on in here?
We didn't
right
even
now?
really have lights at that time too. Now I'm thinking about it, we had lights, but it wasn't like this.
We kept the living room real like mellowed out. Like, but I don't know what light you had that day.
Oh, you know
but
what lights
do
I used to
remember
use? You know how you could from Home Depot you could buy like it's like a clip-on light and then it has the like aluminum thing around it and then you screw the light in there. That was the lights I used to use because we could just clip them anywhere in the crib.
Son, when I went in, I was like, yo.
No
and
modifiers.
Everybody's eyes was like this. I said, yo, what's going on? And I remember you telling me, I don't even think it was the same day. I think you told me the next morning. Yo, like, yo, bro, we was all on Molly and shit.
Yeah, I probably didn't tell you that night because we was all tripping out.
I
Not
was all
tripping, but whatever
and all
Molly
that.
does to you.
But it was a dope vibe. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time, man. We've been through a lot, man. We've met a lot of people. We've also cut off a lot of people.
That's facts. Some people didn't make it this far.
Yeah, and I have this conversation with a lot of other people that you don't really get to. You don't have those. A lot of people don't have those friendships from like childhood anymore.
That's facts. Me and
You know what
Brandon
I'm
have known each other for 27 years.
27 years.
Going on 28.
27 years, 28 years, man. Like, his grandmother lived across from me, next door to my grandmother. Like, you know what I'm saying? His grandma used to chef up the fire breakfast for us, and we just be in the hallway eating breakfast, playing with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or what my mom used to call it, God bless her soul, Yu-Gi cards, and the Pokemon cards. You know
Shit
what I'm
was
saying?
ugly, so I get it. Usually,
But
Ugly ass
like,
animals.
We was outside, bro. We had a great childhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, as best as we could, coming from the neighborhoods we came from. But we was outside with my cousins. By the way, shout out to my cousins. Y'all know who y'all are. That's our family.
Facts.
We raised the scooters, and like, who would have known we would be here today? And your fire set up, you know what I'm saying, in
Thank you,
Denver,
guys.
Colorado, you know what I'm saying? So it's been a journey, and we'll probably get deep into some stuff maybe later as the wine start to hit.
I ain't getting too deep. I ain't trying to make these episodes too long, y'all. It should take a lot of editing.
Yeah, there's a lot to
Work.
what I'm
Nobody realizes that about creation, y'all.
saying? Yeah, that is.
We said we was gonna talk about this. I'm gonna just touch on it. Yeah, like people
Yeah.
be asking for things, or they don't understand how much work goes into creativity, and like that's why I'm grateful. I'm at a point where I don't have to say yes to people for money,
Yeah.
and I also can choose the kind of work I want to do. It comes with a. We talked about that earlier. Like it comes with a sacrifice, though, y'all. Like I have to go to a job, but I'd rather go to a job than edit y'all bum ass shit.
Oh man said I'd rather
go to a job
do
than
a
edit
lot.
y'all bum ass shit and try to pay me little money for like exclusive ass work.
It becomes a lot, bro. Like, especially when you're trying to do, it's a startup and you're trying to create your own business, and you're tired of working for people, and when you have a vision and you're good at it, and people expect the most out of you, and it's like, yo, hold on, like, we spoke about it earlier, like they want the most from you but pay you very little, you know what I'm saying? And people got to understand, and this is for people who, for the people who don't, there's a lot, like he said, that goes behind the creative part of this, and it takes a lot of time, the time that sometimes we don't even really have, because, as New York, for people who live in New York or who don't, New York is if you're not born rich, is tough you gotta grind, you gotta have multiple incomes in New York, and we grinding it out, our 9 to 5s to come home and be creative and like edit and do the best that we could. Our eyes is low, we tired, and people gotta learn that it takes time, it takes work, you gotta pay for that. Like, we'll look out for some family, some people, but if this is what we tell you what we doing, and these are the packages or whatever it is that we doing for you, you got to take it as is. You know what I'm saying? Whether if you in love with it or not, this is what we worked with. You know what I'm saying? I have a vision. I have another job, so I can't maintain this art, as do you. And, people just got to learn that. Just, it takes time. Just be understanding of some of the things that we got to do, and we're trying to pursue that and make it our own thing at some point, but, also work on 9 to 5. So, the people just bear with us with our work and things like that. It does take time and a lot of energy. So You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had someone one time, they tried to offer me $100 for the video.
Yeah,
I was like, that might cover organizational charges, like to organize the different videos I caught, the clips.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that you gotta organize stuff too when you're doing projects. So it's like that might cover me organizing the videos you want me to do.
People gotta realize, like you said, organization, color grading. First of all, the software that we gotta pay for to do the editing for you. You know, and you know, you'll get some clients that be like, nah, I don't need the edits. Just, you know, send me the raw photos, which is fine, but that still takes work. That still
don't
takes
put my
knowledge.
name on it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That ass.
Don't put my name on it if you color grading it.
That ass. I don't need them crazy 2000 and, you know what I'm saying, 17 filters from Instagram
I'm good
on a photo. Do not attach my name to that. But you know, when you first start out, you gotta kind of take those L's sometime and take the free work. And, you know, even sometimes once you become intermediate or even a professional, sometimes you do that free work depending on what the situation is. But we can't do that all the time. If we want to make a living, and we got to charge. And, you know, hopefully you know, folks understand and family understands that we need support so we can keep putting out this fire.
Facts. I'm past free work, y'all, by the way.
Yeah. So, you know, yeah, bro. That was definitely a good topic to touch on. But.
Yeah, we got some things on this list though. Hold on. Since we're let's stay on the creative topic. I'm gonna use the top one as last. Let's start with this. Photography. Before we get into like what you be specializing in, what you like to do, what was your introduction into photography?
I'll be honest with you, right? So it's a few things. My mom's used to really appreciate it. She used to like keep cameras around the house, but I really never paid no mind to it. Not something I really spoke about to people all the time, but you know, it kind of always grabbed my interest. When I was young, I always used to draw, and all my people knew that. You know what I'm saying? Drawing was my thing, and you know, I just always felt like I had some type of creative imagination or, you know, something to me. But as the years passed, it was you. Honestly, and I'll be honest with you, bro, it was you and just like the circle we was running with when we was younger, and like, you know, old, you know, teens going into our 20s, where I really took a liking to it, and us living together. And, you know, you was doing the photography heavy. I know, you know, Lewis and the rest of them was really getting into that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I just loved it. I just loved the creativity you used to do, the photos you used to produce. And
thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I know Mike is very particular about like who touches his equipment, which I get it. You know, it's very expensive, but you know, I used to ask him like, "Yo, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Can I shoot with your camera a little bit?" Like, because you know, you used to see me take photos with the cell phone and all that, and shit used to be fire, and like, you know, you really like kind of put that in my mind to like, oh, you know, maybe this is something I should at first pick up as a hobby and try it, and you know, it kind of went into, you know, I had a ex that, shout out to the women who support.
I guess it's bleeding in anyways.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna talk about it
in,
anyways.
so yeah, it's gonna bleed all in. But shout out to the women who support they dudes, whether if it's a relationship, best friend, whatever it is. Shout out to the women that support the dudes' crafts, or just their partners' crafts in general.
Facts. So how did she tie into that?
Yeah, I had an ex that, you know, really believed in the vision at the moment, and you know, she really thought my flicks was fire, and yo, she got me my first camera, bro, for Christmas, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? Did that relationship end great? No, but a lot of positives came out of that, which is the reason why I picked up photography. You know, this person believed in what I could do, and ever since I got that first camera, I ran with it. You know what I'm saying?
Your first camera, Rebel T what?
It was a Canon Rebel T6i.
That's a great, just so y'all know, anyone trying to start, I started, it's the same situation as him. I was getting into photography and video stuff with my mans, and my girl I was dating at the time, same thing. She went half with me on the camera and the lens, and so to shout out to Hutch, that's why he brought that up. Shout out to the women, you know, who see their man creating,
regardless if he's still with them or not.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out.
Yeah, that's why I shout out those girls too, because like the relationships probably didn't end well, but at that time, you believed in me, you know what I mean, and you helped contribute financially to like, look where I'm at now. Like, who would have known? That girl at that time, she probably just thought she was helping with a camera. Now, like, I got a crib full of cameras and lights, you know, that it led to that. So I'm mad grateful for you, Ma. You know who you are. You probably never gonna see this, but if you do, you know what I'm saying, good looks. I love you. But yeah. So T3i, no, T6i. T6. I started before Brandon, so obviously I got the T3i because it was just at the time. Yeah. But great camera. And what I want to touch on with that is, because obviously Brandon has upgraded cameras, I've upgraded cameras dramatically, but what I'm getting at is because I had the T3i, right? T3i, I wasn't getting the pictures I saw in my head I could get.
Yeah.
So before I could think like, let me learn photography, I was like, cause you know me, I'm like, I'm just gonna get a better camera.
Yeah,
so
you're thinking that's gonna do it.
Yeah,
like
so what I did was I just got the money to get a better camera. So I got a Canon 5D Mark III, but that didn't make any difference. No. My pictures looked exactly the same way they looked on the T3i.
We gotta talk about
that. Yeah, and it's because I didn't understand shutter speed, ISO, aperture, like the different depth of fields with the camera lenses and all these different things. So like really, if I were y'all, don't try to get an expensive camera. Like get a good starter kit that comes with I don't really like the lenses and the initial kits, but it helps you learn things and you work with what you got. So yeah, get the starter lens. Don't spend mad money on a lens. Get the starter camera and really just go outside and work with natural light, and you can learn something. I still know people who still do it to this day.
Yeah, big fact. To speak on that, right? So, this is no endorsement, but hey, if y'all want to endorse us, Canon, you know what I'm saying? Hey, holla at us. But
facts.
The Canon, like
Sony, holla at me.
You know what I'm saying? Holla at my man. Cut him a check. But for me, the Canon like Rebel series, I think is like the perfect user-friendly beginners intro into maybe you want to take a professional kind of camera. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty user-friendly. Same weight, similar size to some of the more professional cameras.
I think though those aren't mirrorless yet, right?
No, those are all
line,
regular DSLRs.
Yeah, those are a little heavier, y'all.
They all digital EOS, but
still a great beginner camera.
Still a great beginner camera, right? So you start off with that. You learn, like you said, your exposures, your apertures, your depth of fields, your focus. Once you learn all that and kind of master that, then I would say move forward to the next camera, which doesn't have to be Canon. Now, if you fall in love with Canon's quality or whatever it is, then of course, move forward to the next model.
Canon has a good color science. If y'all don't know what that is, the color that comes out of Canon cameras is a really nice color that might almost match like what you see in real life. That's why Canon does so well. They have a good color science.
They're pretty user friendly. I've touched other cameras. I'm not gonna say any names, other brands, and for me, it's not really it. So I would say if you just
started off, Nikon, right? I hate Nikon.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, shouts out to Nikon down there. Stop.
But, no shout outs to Nikon. I'm good. I don't care if y'all sponsor me or not.
I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah. Although they bought red. They bought red, but I'm good. Black Magic, holla at me. We got those are the cinema cameras I want. But all that to say, hold on, I want to add on what Brandon's saying about the Rebel series. Also, these cameras now are so advanced at the stages they're at that the features you're gonna get out of the Rebel series now with the autofocus. I mean, they got 4K now. I'm sure some of them shooting 60 frames per second now. Wi-Fi, webcam, streaming. You could do so much things with those cameras now. Do not downplay them.
Yeah. And then, I mean, if you don't want to stay with Canon, you could move to another brand. You could play around with that, but at least now you have an understanding of what digital photography is. You know what I'm saying? So I think, for the ones who want to start out or, into photography or, cinematography, videography, I would say that's one route to kind of go. And they're affordable, you know what I'm saying? They're obtainable, they may not be affordable for some people, but considering some of the models that we've upgraded to, a lot of them range anywhere from probably like, 500, 600.
Probably like
500, 600.
If not, they might even be more affordable now. I could be wrong. And even if so, buy a used one.
Pre-owned is where to
buy
go
a
sometimes.
Pre-owned. If you come in at entry level, there's nothing wrong with buying the pre-owned one. You might be able to get a good pre-owned 50 millimeter lens. You know what I mean? That might even be the same price as the full price one. And now you got the kit lens. You got a good 50 millimeter at a good price.
And one other thing, something that I did, and some things that I still do. If you did kind of stick with the Canon series, or you stick with your Sony series, or whatever it is, and you move to a new model that doesn't necessarily take the same lenses that your Rebel did, they have adapters that you can connect to the camera and just use your old lenses. So you can save yourself some bread to stack up for the lens for that model. But until then, you know what I'm saying? You probably understand your lighting, you understand your exposures and all that a little bit better, and you'll still get good work. And back to what he was saying, you could have the best camera in the world, son. A lot of people don't understand this, right? A lot of people, that photo's fire. You got a good camera. Yes, I got a good camera, but you still got to understand the science behind photography, because you could have a $5,000 camera, bro, and still shoot trash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You still shoot trash. I'm still learning every day. I've definitely grown from where I was. to where I am now. Same thing with Mike, you know what I'm saying? But you just got to understand cameras. So take the time, especially if you self-taught. If you're going to school for it, awesome. If not, go out there. Don't be afraid to do some street photography. That's how I learned. You know what I'm saying?
YouTube.
Go on YouTube. Now we got YouTube. Back in the day, you know, I mean, we had it, but it wasn't
like how it is
It
now.
wasn't as big now. You know, people wasn't really monetizing off of it. And
or not that, just like the
just
education.
looking at
The
shit.
education's
Yeah,
on there,
wasn't-
bro. Everything's on there.
It
For
was kind of
education.
like bullshit on there, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, there
shit,
were the creators. The creators that are on there
shit
now
on
are
it.
like really educational,
Yeah.
and they provide a lot of insight that we didn't necessarily have.
They felt-
You had to like go into a book or go to school for it.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, there was something I want to add on to that. Yeah, I agree, because what Brandon's trying to say is, because Brandon brought up something really valid, and I want to bring this up. There'd be a lot of people that be like, yo, what kind of cameras you got? What kind of microphones you got? And it's like, I can tell you what I have. It's easy. I don't mind sharing it with you, but you're going to go buy that thinking you're going to get the same stuff I got. And it's not it. It's like, I had to learn the science. I had to learn the foundation of what produces good imagery and good visuals.
Yeah.
And ask me that. Ask me, yo, how did you learn that? Don't ask me what camera I got. Ask me, yo, how did you learn that? What video could I take some information away from? You know, like, ask us those questions. If someone asked me that, I would love to show you, like, yo, how could I learn about color grading? Boom, I got this video for you. How can I learn about aperture? Yo, ask me those questions. DM however you want in the comments, chat. No, I'm just playing. But ask me that shit, and I will do the research for you, because like those are good questions.
Mm-hmm.
That means you genuinely want to know the art behind visuals.
And you don't gotta also do what we're doing exactly. You know what I'm saying? The whole point of photography, cinematography, everyone has their own art style. Everyone has their own vision. You know what I'm saying? You can still access those basic questions and things like that, but everyone has their own vision. Some people gonna love your vision, some people not, but that's the beauty about art. You know what I'm saying? You put out what you want to put out. And I've kind of learned that, you know, I'm gonna get into the topic of, which I'm sure a lot of people probably want to know. I don't know if this is getting on topic, but, you know, I do, you know, toy product, you know, lifestyle photography, and that toy photography stuff is really, really niche, which we'll probably tap into and talk about a little more later. But, you know, I am who I am. I'm from Brooklyn, the streets. You know, I don't necessarily put myself in a box, but I love that geek shit. You know what I'm saying? You know how I was. I grew up in it. My uncle, you know what I'm saying? He worked in the comic book industry, worked in Marvel, all that. So I kind of grew up in it. And, you know, my mom's taught me to like everything. You know what I'm saying? And
Even boys?
pause, B. You know, shouts out to, you know, dudes I know, but pause.
Yeah, shout out to the
my
LGBTQ plus
people.
community.
Shouts out to them. Love y'all.
But
you
no
know what
problem.
I'm saying?
I'm just being
No
silly.
problem. He's just talking his Brooklyn shit. But, you know.
Yeah, stop being sensitive, y'all. Go ahead.
But just shoot what you love, bro. Don't worry about what people think. Enjoy what you want, you know, post what you want. So I was just kind of, you know, going into that. Like, who cares what you shoot, bro? Don't worry about what people think. Like what you like, post what you want, shoot what you want. You know what I'm saying?
So what led you into toy photography?
And develop your style. You know, all my friends, all my closest people always knew I always collected. You know what I'm saying? Since I was a kid, you know, my moms and my family, you know, they made sure I worked for it, but they spoiled me with like action figures. You know what I'm saying? I was a big Power Ranger head. You know, Dragon Ball, VR Troopers, all that stuff. Shouts out to VR Troopers and all that, you know, 90s television shows and stuff. But yeah, I've always been into collecting and like rare shit. And when the pandemic hit, you know, most of us, you know, at that time I was still trying to grow my photography business, and I was shooting for like a couple local businesses, like Groomers and Pomade Barbershop. Shout out to them, Nando, Ruben, y'all know who y'all are. But after a while, you know, that work gets a little stale. You know, some businesses wasn't really moving like that and things like that. So I didn't really have nothing to shoot. And I know I had a few like action figure pieces hanging around on the walls and things like that, and I needed something to shoot. And, you know, I got in my bag and got real creative and, you know, just started shooting my action figures and, you know, did my research to find out that this is really a thing. You know, a lot of people don't really know, but people really monetize off this thing. People really make money off of, you know, action figure photography. You know, some of these toy companies now reach out to them to get the best photos for their advertisement. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I got connected with a few people in the action figure geek community, and, you know, I pursued it, and it became an obsession. You know, it's something that I always loved, appreciated, and I just ran with it. I already was doing photography, and it allowed me to use my imagination. You know what I'm saying? During a time where there was nothing to do, bro. You know that niggas was stuck in the crib doing nothing, like eating, getting fat, drinking, like whatever it was, you know. We wasn't really disciplined, so it was a good creative outlet for me, and it made me fall back in love with, you know, the geek stuff, the comics and all that, and I just ran with it and made new friends through it, and yeah, bro, and I'm still pursuing it, you know what I'm saying? And I've gotten some great friends, great connections from it. You know, I've been able to bring in people who typically aren't into that stuff, especially coming from the neighborhoods that we come from, that's into it. And I like that. It makes me feel good. And, you know, just producing that work outside of the stuff that I shoot for, you know, it's a good creative outlet. And I feel like every creative should always have some type of other creative outlet, right? So if you shooting and doing videography for companies, right, at the end of the day, that's work. And eventually it feels like work. So you need something to help you remember why it is that you did what you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? So it's the toy photography for me. It allows me to use my imagination, it allows me to get creative, it allows me to play with studio lighting and things like that, and I'm able to take that into the business aspect and when I'm shooting other people. So yeah, man, I love it, I enjoy it. It feels good, keeps my brain going. Yeah.
So what other things have you been documenting photography wise? What, like, I know you're working with a company, a Japanese salvage timber?
Yeah, so shouts out to Tomo. Man, I love Tomo. Good dude.
He's Asian?
Yeah, so he's Japanese dude from you know, he's been living in Brooklyn for over a decade, but originally from Japan. You know, he has a small bespoke business. He does Japanese salvage. And, you know, he tailors you, measures you in different weights, different ounces, different dyes, and it's amazing quality. And, you know, set up an appointment with him, and, you know, he gonna make you some fire jeans that one of one that nobody got. You know, it's gonna cost you, but it's worth it. You know
How can they find him?
You can find him at Atlantic Standard BK on Instagram or AtlanticStandardBK.com. But yeah, you know, he took a chance on me. You know, he's a growing business, doing really well. He sees I'm trying to grow my business, and we've been working together, and I've been shooting some of his pieces, and it allows me to grow my portfolio too, which is, you know, the avenue I probably want to go to with the lifestyle and like the fashion stuff in terms of photography goes. And then, you know, I also work with my best friend Ruben, who has grown.
Shout out to Ruben.
Shout out to Ruben. You know, he be cutting our hair. That's one of our really, really good friends, and it's like my big bro. And you know, I met him at a really, really good time where I was still growing and finding myself creatively and in the business. And he also took a chance on me too. Him and Nando, again, shouts out to Nando, our groomers and pomade, and I started doing photography for them. And you know, because of Nando, you know, he invested in me as well, and, you know, helped me able to get the new camera that I have now and things like that. And you know, I kind of went with Ruben. Shouts out still to Nando, and love to them is always love, one of our good friends. But Ruben, you know, he grew and moved on and opened up his own businesses, and, you know, him and I are starting to work together again, and yeah, it's been pretty fruitful, and I'm just going with the momentum, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I'm kind of working on. Shouts out to Ruben and his business too, Cabello Brooklyn, dope ass barber salon in Williamsburg. So if you need a fresh cut,
it's on Humboldt Street.
You know what I'm saying? Come Humboldt and Frost, you know, come out there.
The Italian side of Grand Street.
Yeah,
it used to be the Italian side of Grand Street.
He's a New York native from Queens, so you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get that real New York shit, not none of that transplant shit. But you're gonna get an exceptional haircut, and you know, so that's what we're doing right now. And then, you know, going with the momentum and hoping to build the business some more. You know,
do you see yourself expanding more in toy photography?
I would like to. You know, I'm kind of just going with the flow, honestly, with that. Like, I just, it's fun for me. So no matter what it is, I'm going to post it. And if I got more traction than what I get now and business want to pick me up, that'd be phenomenal. I'll go and do it because this is something I really enjoy. But, you know, if not, my end goal is honestly product lifestyle kind of thing. But I would love to do the toy photography too. And if I could balance both, bro, like I kind of do now, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying?
Have you done market research, and like, have you seen like what others are doing and how you can maybe grow ahead of them?
Yeah, there's one toy photographer that I follow. His name is on Instagram. His Instagram handle is Black Series. Probably one of my biggest inspirations in this game, and very approachable dude. You know, he has a huge following in this toy photography game, and you know, he has sponsorships with, you know, homies from California, so he got some sponsorships with the NHL. You know, the Anaheim Ducks, and also Major League Soccer with the LA Galaxy, and they do different promo nights with him, and he does toy photography and like creates like these scenes, you know, either soccer field or the hockey joint. And yeah, bro, he's doing really, really well. And I asked him questions, and you know, he give me a little bit of knowledge. But I pretty much just got to keep working and just keep posting and just keep doing my thing and just making sure I'm talking to the right people, and eventually it'll be fruitful. You know, it's still a growing hobby. You know, it's very niche. So, you know, it's going to take some time. You know, it may not pop off right away.
That's the thing that's like with anything.
Yeah,
a lot of y'all think that nothing happens overnight, y'all. I'm sorry. If there's someone who popped off quick, I'm pretty sure there's a story that for 10 years they were working in, you know, freaking Toys R Us in this action figure. You know what I'm saying? Like someone he probably worked at Toys R Us for mad years. Doing stock.
Word.
He 15 years later, he finally started taking pictures and then met the fruits of his labor. But you can't minimize the 15 years of working stock at KB Toys.
You can't. Yo, yo, rest in peace to KB Toys, bro. I used to be in that shit. Yo, KB Toys was lit. KB Toys was lit. Shout out to Toys R Us. They back open too. You know, I was a Toys R Us kid. But yeah, just do what you do, love what you love. Who cares what people say? I'm gonna continue to shoot these toys, and you gonna love them or you not. But you know, you gonna do me, son. You do me. But,
fire. So what else do you do in your free time?
What else I do in my free time? Besides grinding and working, bro. You know, I try to chill with my loved ones, you know, and spend as much time as I could. Now that I'm 35, I've definitely become a lot more introverted. So I'm not outside in these streets like I used to be, but you know, I hang around with my closest people. And
what's hanging out look like? That's being mad vague.
You chilling in my crib, bro, doing what we do now, sipping some wine, watching the Netflix, you know, playing some music, you know, going out with, hanging out with Brina, hanging out with Dell, hanging out with Eric, you know, my cousin Sola. Yeah, we call her Brina. You know, she also played a huge part of my life. Shouts out to Sabrina. You know who you are. Yeah, bro, that's what we doing. You know, it's been real chill. I kind of got my head down and kind of focused, you know, tunnel vision right now. So kind of grinding it out. And once I kind of hit where I need to hit, I'll be back outside. You know?
Nice. And what does being outside look like to you now at 35? Probably trying to grow a brand.
Probably traveling a bit more. Networking a bit more every time when I travel. You know, I kind of, you know, I'll do the little party scene here and there, but that's not really my thing no more. I feel like we've been doing that shit since we've been young, bro. Like,
yeah, that's why we've been outside. I've been partying since I was a kid.
You know, people looking at me like, yo, bro, you not old, like, come out. And I'm like, bro, I've been doing this, like, the partying and the drinking since we was, you know what I'm saying? Loft parties, house parties. Shout out to, yo, they need more house parties for real. But, you know, I kind of feel like been there, done that, you know, and we right now we got to grind. New York has gotten tough. The whole U.S. has gotten different. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit going on with that. So, you know, I'm just kind of got my head down, grinding, making sure the bread is right, making sure the crib is good, you know? And, yeah, you know, right now, just tunnel vision. And then I'll be back out, traveling a little bit more. You know, I do what I do, but, you know, I'll be traveling a little bit more, getting out, networking, growing this brand just like you. And we got big things to come in 2025.
A lot of work, y'all.
Big things coming.
I want to be more planned. If I had goals this year, is to be more organized with my content. So all the stuff I'm filming and doing right now is to like get at least 3 months of 2025 out the way. Yeah. So in those 3 months, I could be making content for the next 3 months. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And just building on that. Cause I think that's where I struggle the most. Like we spoke about that consistency, and I just need to be more consistent. I have everything I need. I just gotta have more structure and organization.
And I think, yeah, that's the biggest thing is just the organization part. Once you can kind of organize things in your life and give yourself, I don't want to really say timetable, because I feel like when you give yourself a timetable sometime, that puts a lot of pressure on you, especially as a creative. And that could just sometimes make things worse. It could either make you better or it could make you worse. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it go both ways, but at least try to make time for whatever your craft is or whatever it is that you do, even if it's just like in terms of like photography. For me, right, what I usually try to do, I'll be tired, bro. Like, we work hard, we work long hours, and by the time I get home, me trying to edit photos for one of the businesses, or even me trying to do a toy shoot, bro, I be dead, son. I'd be exhausted, like, and I'm like, where can I pull this creativity from? But what I go and do is like, all right, I get up, maybe edit 5 photos for someone, 6 photos for someone, you know, and then things start ticking. I feel a little bit better, and I may stay on the laptop a little bit more, edit some more. Or even with the toy stuff, I just grab a random figure, don't even care who it is, and just start posing it, and you know, I'll snap a couple flicks, whether if I like them or not, but it's still consistency. It's still muscle memory. I'm still snapping the camera, you know what I'm saying?
Still putting in work.
I'm still putting in work, whether if you love the results or not. But, you know, if you keep that repetition, even if you gave yourself, I got to shoot at least twice a week, 3 times a week, that's still consistency. You know what I mean? Consistency doesn't mean you have to do this one thing every single day.
Facts. That's burnout. I feel
you know, that's burnout. That's burnout. You gotta, but you also gotta do what works for you. If you shooting every day or you doing cinematography every day works for you, then do it. But if it don't, try to figure out, all right, I'm gonna do it like twice a week and do it like baby steps. And just as long as you give yourself twice a week, I did something, then you be like, all right, cool. Well, maybe I could do 3 times a week, and that's still consistency. And eventually, shit'll pop off for you.
Yeah, and also I feel like what I've been learning too is look at the data. Be consistent and look at the data you're getting back from what you're putting out, and that I feel like that'll help you figure out where to focus more. And
for sure, you know,
put an ad behind something that did well. One post. Let's say you did 10 posts in like 2 months, and there was 2 posts that did extremely well.
For sure.
Maybe put an ad behind it. Maybe remake those videos in another way. But obviously, people were attracted to it for some reason. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I think that's something I need to implement too. So thank you for speaking.
It's like A/B testing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I feel like I've done that, and then you kind of fall off sometimes, especially when life is hitting you, and you're trying to handle other things and move other things around. But no, you're absolutely right. Like,
that's my goal for the wall. That's why I want to put this content out, so I can at least I can get an idea or data from people who follow me or whatever. Like, all right, these performed well for whatever reason. Let me put some ad money behind it and see what reach I can get or what it could do.
You know, sometimes you gotta, not sometimes, but most of the time you gotta spend money to make money.
No, I know that.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta spend money to make money, and that goes way back to what we were talking about before. If you want better quality from us as a consumer, and you
spend money,
you gotta pay up so we could elevate our game and give you the best quality possible. You know what I'm saying? So
go get a job. Go get 2 jobs. I'm dead ass, bro. I was telling Brandon this because I was talking to someone recently. Like, yo, I sacrificed almost the past 2 years to just work 2 jobs, barely have any time to myself. And now I get to reap the fruits of his labor. I have a whole studio in my crib.
Proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you, man. We went from like razor scooters in the projects, if you know what I'm saying. A lot of y'all don't know. We all from, you know, the P's in Brooklyn. You know, it built a lot of character for us. It taught us a lot. You know, we didn't choose the lane as some people did in the neighborhood, which is, you know, you don't got to be a product in your environment. You know, we show love.
That's not a nice way to word it. They made the decisions they made for whatever reason they did.
I'm not being an asshole because it shouts out to them. Love to them. I'm not saying nobody specifically, but like everybody chose their own lifestyle. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
But it's nothing against them. Like, I always got love for the people who I grew up with, whether if you part of my circle or not. I will always have that love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We all grew up in the same neighborhoods. I
you have different interests.
Yeah, I chose something different for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as you should too, no matter where you come from. You know, don't let nobody put you in a box.
Facts. If you want to grow, some people don't want to grow.
Yeah, some people just comfortable with it. You know, and we not the type of people that's comfortable with it.
Facts.
You know, so much so like we be stressing ourselves out. We always in our head, bro, like because we just want to grow so much. But
facts.
Just gotta keep grinding it out, and you'll have your time. Don't try not to put pressure on yourself.
Yeah,
like, yo, I gotta be getting bread
by
21 because I see these TikTokers at 20 making millions. Like, yo, that's the life that was given to them.
Or are they gonna have longevity? Some people you see now, they got it now, but like, are they gonna have it in 10 years?
Yeah.
So, look, there's like mad things to think about. I think a lot of people don't think about that. They either want it now, or they think they're gonna be like, especially younger kids. Like for me, when I was young, I just thought I was nice and I'm gonna be on. It don't matter. I'm gonna be on.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about all the work, because you know, back in the days, it's kind of even worse now. Back in the days, you would see a music video or movies in the theaters or whatever, and that was it. That was your only time or access to content. Now it's like 24/7 content in your
everywhere
face.
In your face, bro. Like everywhere. Like our time, we grew up with AOL. You know what I'm saying? Or what was that? Net something? That internet? They send you the CDs in the mail, and you got to download the internet software.
Now net, I think.
Now net.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, whatever.
But either way, all that to say, y'all, like, some things take time, and then now there's enough. Even with all this content out, you'll see all the OGs telling you, though, that you thought made it like that quick. They'll be like, nah, yo, I was in the streets for 10 years. I was doing this for 8 years or whatever, and it's like they was putting in work, and that's something I just like to drill in. It takes work, takes time, takes money, takes patience, takes believing in yourself.
And consistency.
Consistency is the big one.
Just,
I think that's the anything.
That's the number. If y'all taking anything from this, like you said,
yeah, because you can have trash quality and be consistent, and that might I see it all the time. I see people with trash quality, but they're consistent and they are out of here. So I'm not knocking them.
Facts. That's a fact, bro. Not to judge anyone's like.
Not judging anyone, but I see
like
people that
like,
I stress the quality so much, but then I look at people who aren't stressing the quality. They have a higher output, and they're accomplishing things and accomplishing their goals more quicker than I am. I feel like, and not that I'm measuring us up, but I see like, all right, what's something they're doing? Their output is just crazy,
and their confidence. And I think a lot of people forget that too. Not just consistency, but you have to be confident
in that whack content.
In that whack content,
you gotta be confident in that whack quality you putting out.
Yo, when you confident, you sell a lot, bro. When you
I ain't knocking them. I'm saying that. So I'm saying they doing numbers.
Confident, you sell a lot, son. You know what I'm saying?
Keep doing numbers, y'all. I ain't mad because that should be motivating to me. Yo, so I need more whack niggas to put out whack content. So you can motivate me to put out more hot shit.
Shout out to Secular. Shout out to mikextra, you know?
Nah, yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Brand? Have you ever thought of actually creating a brand name versus just going based off your name?
So, my brand right now is called Black Eyes Art. And I came up with that during the pandemic. You know, if you don't know what it means, you know, as a black man growing up in the neighborhoods we grow up in, at the time I was really big into street photography and things like that. And, you know, a lot of us from New York has seen a lot of gentrification, right? And I wanted to capture New York or anything that I shot in its like natural like habitat, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit more grittiness of how New York used to be with some of the street photography that I used to do, and like just keep that essence of what New York was, right? As a black half Latino man in New York. So I was just like, yo, you know, black man, black eyes, you know what I'm saying? My vision, you know, visionary. And the art part, you know, that actually came from me trying to create the website. And the initial name that I wanted to come up with, the .com and all that, was all taken. So I had to settle for the art, but I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm producing. Whether if you like it or not, we're producing.
You still have the website?
We're producing art. So I just, you know, recently took it down because, you know, I got some new flicks. My art has grown and things like that. My businesses have grown, and, you know,
stop hitting that microphone.
I want to revamp. Yo, duke it out. B pause. Yo, stop playing with me.
Nah, I don't think you have to pause. Duke it out.
Pause. But,
but I know what you're trying to say. Go ahead though.
This nigga threw my concentration off, bro. That wine hitting, bro. I told you I'm 35. That shit hitting. But yeah, and we producing art, so I kind of ran with that. The whole Black Eyes Art.
You saw my website. Why it's down?
And I loved it, and the website is down right now. And you know, it's under construction because there's some things I want to do with that website, and I really, really want to make it A1. And also, life is life. You know what I'm saying? I got work. I'm shooting this. I'm doing that. So, you know, setting it up little by little, and then I'm gonna let y'all know when the site is back up, and there's gonna be some fire shit. You know, you're gonna be able to contact me through the site, book me through the site, see some of the work I do. You know, so I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm gonna have a good site popping up. So y'all see it on the gram. If y'all don't follow me, y'all want to follow me, my IG is brand.blackeyes, BLKEYES. And once that website is popping, it's gonna be blackeyes.art. You know, again, and yeah, just hit me in the email, hit me in the DMs, hit me in. We talk.
Bet.
You know what I'm saying? What about you though? What's up, man?
You gotta ask me a question.
We in Denver, B. We in Denver. You know, what about Denver? By 2025, where do you see Sekular at, man? Where you see it? It's a dope brand, and
I just want to be more consistent, y'all. I don't know where I see Sekular. I do want to grow it more. I do want to do more things with the locals in Denver. It's just hard, if I'm being honest. Being a young creative, a young Hispanic creative that identifies mainly with black culture in a white city. Where it's completely segregated.
OD, bro.
So, but nah, I'm optimistic, to be honest. I plan on staying out here. I want to move. I have ideas and dreams and thoughts of moving back to New York, except I just don't know how realistic it is, if I'm being honest. You know, I would love to be closer to my family, my friends, but it's expensive in New York. I don't know if I could have this in New York the way I have it here, you know? And it's like, why I feel like I've been here for 6 years and I'm finally learning. the city, what it has to offer, who the people are, and I'm starting to find my path. I feel like my lane in the city.
For sure.
And the city is such a young city still. It's a baby city. It's growing. I mean, you see it.
Yeah.
We actually, me and Brandon had a conversation recently. Maybe the next 5 to 10 years, I could see Denver really being something. But it's like you got to just push through the roughness right now. But there's a lot of people out here trying to do things. I'll say that. There's a lot of different cultures out here too. As white as it mainly seems, I do run into a lot of like South Americans. I run into a lot of people from Africa. I run into there's just a lot of cultures out here. It's just predominantly white. You got to understand, this is a small city, central of the United States. Initially, this is probably just all white people. You know what I'm saying? And actually, another thing that's missing out here is there's you don't get to see it much. A lot of Native Americans out here. A lot of reservations out here. You don't see it, but this was their land for like this is a big part of that history that we don't necessarily see. Where like, you know, whoever the people were that came in to I don't know if it's colonized. Whatever they did to the U.S., they took over. But like they took these people's homes. You know what I mean?
It's a beautiful culture, man.
Yeah,
you read up on it and you do more research, and like, you know, the company I work with now, you know, my 9-to-5 job. They work alongside with a lot of
they embrace that. You can see it in their designs, a lot of
native artists. Yeah, the artists at the company I work with. The artists that they work with the company I work for. You know, they paid them for their work. You know, they paid them. They get their recognition. Yeah, well, bro, like
you never know a corporate though.
Yo, bro, we've been. You know what I'm saying? You worked in the fashion scene. You worked in the retail space for a while too back in the day.
I think it's like that in any industry. Someone's gonna steal from you.
There's a lot of cultural appropriation. So there's a lot of companies that use that native design, the Navajo prints and all that, bro, and none of them is getting they cred. None of them getting paid for it. So it's good to see that the company I work with do that. But yeah, it's definitely a growing city. I seen that coming out here.
Yeah, it's a growing city. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. So it's a growing city, but I like it here for now. I mean, I think I'm learning still about myself while I'm out here. I've learned a lot about myself while being out here, but I kind of don't want to run either. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm putting a flag down and I'm building on. Like, let's say, how do they say that? You know, like let's say you're building a building or something, and they say, "Oh, we just broke ground." Like when they, I feel like 6 years in now, I just broke ground.
Yeah. I mean, it take time, and you know, first you had to settle in, get yourself together. Again, you don't put no timetable on it, and within even just the 5 years, bro, you've accomplished being out here so much more than what you've even done in New York.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people think their journey starts in the city that they're born in. You know, you would like that probably, like myself, you know? But, you know, some people got to move out the city to really grow. And then, you know, when you're ready to come back.
But Sekular was founded out here. If I would have never moved out here, Sekular was founded out here like maybe year 3 or 4 in, you know? I would say year 4. Because I'm going on 6 years. I am 6 years in. So it took me 4 years to even come up on a brand name, being in a city. And yeah, once I figured out what I wanted a brand, then that started leading me. Now we're here. You know what I mean? Now we have the setup, talking to people. Because, you know, like I started with just making beats.
Yeah, big facts.
Just be making
my son
beats.
still do make beats.
I still do make beats. I make beats almost every week, y'all.
Still make beats.
And I was telling Brandon this the other day, you know, like when my creativity started as making beats, and I thought that's how it would go. But I never knew that me making beats would lead into me making videos. And now my beats, it happens to be my background music, supporting music for my videos. And I used to always think I was gonna like land beats on rappers.
You're a full brand.
And now I'm a full brand.
You're a full brand. You do it all. You know what I'm saying?
It's a media production company that I want to focus more on upcoming I want to love on people and support up and coming entrepreneurs and others who are trying to pave the way to I would say like financial freedom, creative freedom. Those are the kind of things we're pushing forward. Like, yeah, I have to work now. I work 2 jobs and do this on the side, but it's a hustle. It's a sacrifice that I'm sacrificing now for financial freedom in the long run.
Yeah. Like what we said before, you got to spend money to make money. You got to work hard to make this bread. You got to do all that. You know what I'm saying? To have that financial freedom, like you said, you know, we all have our own path. You know, most of the rich people out here, bro, they didn't start making bread until they like late 40s, 50s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got some.
You got to make mad mistakes.
Yeah, you got to go through it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to do it, grind it out, keep going. I know this probably sounds like real superficial.
It's true though.
You know, but it's true. You know, we all got a different path. Shit, I might be super rich in another 3 years. You don't know. In another 2 years, it might be tomorrow, next month.
Or it could be 10 years.
It could be 10 years, but you'll get there.
You gotta stay
Just
the
do
path.
it. Stay the path. I tell myself that every day. Just keep grinding, keep doing what you do. Try not to put a time on it. You're gonna do your thing. You know what I'm saying? We've come from some crazy things back in the day. You know, I lost my mom at a young age. You know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of grow up a little bit faster. But because of her upbringing and how she raised me, she's my, you know, she's what pushes me forward. You know what I'm saying? And I just always tell myself, yo, this is how my mom raised me. This is the characteristics that she helped me, you know, become the man that I am today. And I'm gonna keep doing my thing until I'm, you know, until it's my time.
Facts.
No pressure, no pressure.
Can't stop, won't stop. Shout out to Diddy.
You know, probably at the Diddy party. Well, nah, nigga locked up.
People gonna shit on Diddy. What he did is fucked up, but we can't front like Diddy did not change
Like
our
we-
lives,
yeah,
yo.
like we
Diddy
wasn't
changed
out
my
here
life,
dancing
bro.
to his shit. Like,
Yeah, I ain't knocking that. Same thing with R. Kelly. Y'all could be all mad about R. Kelly. What he did was fucked up with dude. But they have influenced our life. And y'all acting like y'all acting like the pastors in church. Judging the sinners, judging the people in church, acting like they don't got no sins. Y'all all got sins. Everybody got
bro,
sins.
they be the ones in church that's the biggest.
Yeah, but just in humans in general. I mean, like, yeah, what they did was messed up. I'm not condoning that. But everybody be all like, yo, we all human. We all fall short. We all have dark thoughts when we're alone, and they probably just they gave into the dark thoughts. You know what I mean? And no one's free from dark thoughts. No one's free from being attacked by the enemy. And I'm not giving that. Damn, this is a deep conversation, but I'm not giving these dudes a pass. But it's real life, though. You know what I mean? These dudes, they gave into temptation. They gave into the dark thoughts. I have dark thoughts all the time.
We wouldn't be human.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, and like I don't give into them. Sometimes I do into certain things, but you know, I'm human. But yeah, all that to say, they've influenced our life crazy.
Anybody into hip hop, music, soul, all that shit, bro.
Bro, when I was young, I used to have the navy blue Timbs with the light blue jeans with the navy blue Sean John t-shirt that said Sean John with the jeans that said Sean John down the side a little bit right there. I was fly.
Yeah, bro. I had the Sean John velour suit.
Remember the velour suits?
You know what I'm saying?
You either had the Rockaware, the Fat Farm, or the Sean John one.
Nietzsche. I had the Nietzsche. Yo,
Academics.
Shouts out to Echo. And then as I got a little older, my taste got a little bit. I started rocking the LRG. You know what I'm saying? I remember, I really felt popping after this. Y'all gonna laugh at me, but I bought this LRG like track jacket. Y'all know LRG was known for fire track jackets back in the day.
In high school.
I bought my first LRG jacket. If you're from New York, you know what this is. Sports Lane. You know what I'm saying? Sports Lane Transit Active Warehouse. On my first LRG piece.
Damn, they're not even around anymore.
I know. Rest in peace to them, son.
Rest in peace to Sports Lane.
You know what I mean? That they kept us fresh, bro. They kept us fresh in the neighborhood, bro. They was one of the first neighborhood spots that was selling fucking Evisu.
And right on Grand Street too.
Right on Grand Street, son, before the gentrification hit. And they was selling brands like that. You know, Red Monkeys, remember all that shit? Echo, like they was doing all that. And the jacket that I did buy from LRG, I seen it in one of Chris Brown's video. Chris Brown had it on.
Felt it.
Bro, Chris Brown was it. Chris Brown was it.
He was like, yo,
hit the dance
name, but excuse me,
LRG
miss,
jacket.
I got this track jacket for you. Yo, I got this track jacket for you.
Yo. I mean, yeah, it was a good time to be alive, man. They influenced us, man. And, you know.
Yeah, man. Shout out to a lot of those stores. New York is wild different now. I love New York, but like when I go back to New York sometimes, like I be remembered why I left. And then I come back here and see that on 100%.
Yeah, you know.
That's why I gentrified Colorado, y'all, because they gentrified Brooklyn.
Oh,
so like I had every right to come out here, you know what I'm saying, and do what I do. You know what I mean? They came from Idaho and Wisconsin, Nebraska, Nevada, trying to, you know, move to Williamsburg.
They changed everything.
They start. I don't know why people say Mexicans live like white people live worse than Mexicans. They be in them little apartments in Brooklyn, stacked up.
Bro.
No rice and beans though.
All the condos that be in like Northside Williamsburg, you know, if you're familiar with it, and if you're not, the Northside Bedford Ave and Williamsburg.
It's like Rhino. It's a bigger version of Rhino.
Bro, that shit is gentrified. Like I remember when we was younger, bro, we used to sneak on top of the loft rooftops.
Before it was gentrified. That was like the beginning stages of gentrification.
My mom's ain't, our family even want us over there, bro. We sneak over there, you know. Being the bad boys we were.
Yeah, for y'all who don't know, so I think I've said this on the Let's Meet show, but anyways, the north side to us is like Rhino out here. So Rhino on the north side back in the days, for y'all who are new to Denver, for y'all who are new to Brooklyn, it was a bunch of run-down warehouses where, you know, you wouldn't want to be caught. because some shit could happen. I don't know.
Yeah,
But so I was
bro.
never allowed on the north side, and I've heard from the the Denverites, the locals, you didn't want to be caught in 5 Points, aka Rhino now.
Yeah.
But and then obviously investors come in. And they they transition it, they gentrify it, and it brings in different crowds and audiences, and it kind of just takes away from the nostalgia of these neighborhoods
And the culture.
But I feel like you can still see it in Rhino. I feel like you can still see it in Brooklyn.
Oh, you definitely could.
But
Still got your parts.
but it's still, you could tell, you know what I mean, like, y'all did something here.
Like I always say, for better, for worse, right? Like, it's dope. Like, for us growing up, our scene was, we was big into, like, well, I am, but we was big into, like, the streetwear scene, sneaker scene. We was always chilling in, like, Soho, LES. We didn't really chill in Brooklyn because, at the time, Brooklyn probably was, Brooklyn was the best spot to really kind of hang out in. That's where we rest our head at. That's where we live at, but we didn't hang out there. And then now you could hang out in your neighborhood.
I always went to the north side, but go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Chill out and just hang out. And but it's lost a lot of its culture, and a lot of people that moved in looking at us like, what we doing here.
Yeah, that's why I moved. That's one of the reasons I moved. When I started being in my home and I was getting looked at crazy, it's like,
bro, I'm from here. Like, I can tell you everything about the spot. You know nothing, bro. All you know is that you moved into a spot that got a Hermes and a Whole Foods and a Trader Joe's.
I even think that's a little ridiculous in the north side. Like, does it really need all that?
I don't think you need all that, but with the type of people that moved in, they want the convenience. They don't want to have to go to Soho.
I kind of like the idea of, you want to get some hot, fly, expensive shit, you gotta go to Manhattan. Like, you gotta earn it.
You gotta take that trip. That's what the city. That's how we grew up. The city is.
You had to earn
where the
fly
stars
shit.
is at. Where the fly shit is at. That's where we going. And now for it to, like, a few spots in Brooklyn we dope, but like how North Williamsburg is, or even parts like Brooklyn Heights, and
it's wild. They even got a Kith over there now. You showed me that last time.
Bro,
that's wild.
Crazy, bro. Kith. I mean, that brand is.
And I'm sure y'all can feel the same about Rhino. Like, Rhino has an Arc'teryx store. Now they have some other stores over there. I know y'all know, but it's crazy, bro. When I first moved over here, you would see none of that over there. And now they have, like, seeing an Arc'teryx store in Rhino is pretty wild to me. I ain't gonna lie. But shout outs to Rhino. Shout outs to all the original. Let me share this with you, Brandon. So a lot of people out here, there's like a lot of mural artists that do big murals on walls and stuff.
I was seeing some of that on my way here too, which was fun.
And it ties into like all this like gentrification stuff. So like, let's say you grew up in Rhino, right? And you painted, maybe you tagged or whatever, and that was your hood, and you've been doing that in there for years. You know what I mean? And then investors, they're like, hey, we're gonna gentrify this neighborhood, put up buildings and shit, and we're also gonna commission out of town artists to come paint these walls. Now imagine these are your walls you was painting your whole life, and you get in trouble for it. They paint it over, and now somebody from out of nowhere comes over here and paints this whole big mural that got commissioned for it. And the investors didn't even think, maybe we should commission the local artists and give them the opportunity in their neighborhood to paint. No, it don't happen. So you know what the locals do? This is my idea. I feel like the locals was like, oh, word? So when those murals went up, you know what the locals did? They came in and did they tags over the art. Man. Some real street shit. But I explain that to people, they don't get it. They're like, yeah, but it's not fair. It's not the artist's fault. They got commissioned. I mean, yeah, it is in a way. If you're any sense of street savvy, you know what moves in the streets or whatever, I don't know if I want to put give me history on this neighborhood before I put this mural up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't want to have no beef in the street. Like, I always think about streets for me. I don't think a lot of people think about that. Maybe it's because we just come from the streets.
A lot of people don't come from that. That's why.
So it's like there's a little, it's got to be respect. Like what I was talking about that one clip I put up online. It's like you got to come in, have respect, understand what's going on in the scene before you could just get your mural up. And so don't be on, I've seen it though. I've seen videos of people on the news out here crying about like, oh, they painted over it, you can't even read it. Fuck out of here, little bitch. Excuse my language. But that's some little bitch shit, bro. Like you obviously, you just thought that's some privilege mentality. Like, I came here, they paid me to put this art up, and now it's up, and they went over it, and you acting like you don't understand. What you don't understand is this was the hood before, Papa, and there's people running around here, and you disrespected that by just thinking you can come up here and yeah, you got commissioned for it, but my thing is, ask more questions, do your research. Don't just take the bag. The bag come with consequences.
Big facts. That's a big message, bro.
The bag come with consequences. Hey, if you want the bag, Cool, take the bag and leave the city. Don't complain that they painted over your artwork.
Just take your bag.
Just take your bag. You got the bag. You good.
But you know, as an artist, that's tough. So
then, if as an artist, if you appreciate the art and the work and the respect, do that to the same, the city you're in. I'm big on that, just everywhere. Like, and I think that comes from what we were just talking about, growing up in New York and seeing the gentrification firsthand and seeing people come in. And I just had this talk with Q and Tebow when I was in New York, and like these people come in and they right away get to grab the opportunities we should have
that we've been working for. Our successors or our people that have been working hard to do, and y'all just come in because y'all got a little change or whatever it is,
or because of your skin color, or because of your connections or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's not fair to the people in the city who've been putting in the work.
Look, listen, you got what you got if you did get that moral, but like you said, do your research. It's all about doing your research, understand what came here. You know what I'm saying? And I think even
where the hood is.
Even those artists who were in the hood that seen you take over, at least they know you have a understanding. Maybe even speak to the artists out there. You know, there's YouTube everywhere.
Collaborate with them. Put
a video out there. Be like, yo, I respect what y'all did here. This is what I'm about to do. I'm gonna show y'all love what I'm about to do, and just have that mutual respect. You know what I'm saying? But don't just come in, yo, I got bread. This is Williamsburg or whatever, Rhino, and just remove all of what they've been working hard for that they never got the chance to do. Like you know, they kind of
are entitled to those commission pieces. They're entitled to that money.
And not to take away from that artist, because I'm sure that artist who did that was grinding out back in Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that they was doing. So I don't want to take that away from y'all.
If you want to know from the streets, do this. If you got commission to do an art piece somewhere, do your research on the city. Reach out to a local artist and be like, this is a good way to network and get your name up in the city. Reach out to the local artist. Maybe bring them on to help you with the piece. Cut them 5-10%. You helping putting money in their pocket. They get to help you with the artwork. Your respect just went up 1,000.
Which means your money gonna go up.
Which means your money gonna go up. Yeah, because he gonna co-sign you now in the streets. He gonna co-sign you in the neighborhood. Like, nah, he helped me get bread, put money in my pocket. No one's gonna go over your art. Win-win.
And as an artist, the streets matter.
Streets matter. I don't care what anyone says.
Streets matter, yeah. I don't care.
One thing I've learned for anybody.
The people
matter. You want to have longevity and you want to make some noise before any company is going to look at you, especially now with data, analytics and all that stuff. If you're not getting the streets hot, stay in your room.
That's a fact. Because then look, say when the companies get tired of you, you cut off. Now what? But if you had the backing
of the streets,
you could probably pick something else up because they got a name in the streets. Another company might want that, and they pick you up. And look, your legacy ain't done. You still growing. You know, it may not have been the company you started off with, but you still out here in the streets versus these motherfuckers. Just all right, we tired of you. You had your little 5-year run. We made bread off you, cut off, and now you a thug. Now you got no respect in the streets. Nobody know who your work is. Now what? You stuck.
That's
back to the beginning. Day one.
That's facts, because you never know what it could be. You could be doing work, building your name in the streets, and then Red Bull come in and Red Bull tap like someone locally and was like, yo, who's out here doing work or who's doing whatever. Oh, you know what, such and such from Nebraska been out here building with the community, doing mad work. Boom boom. Oh, connect me with them. Hey, we want you to do I have wings mural over here on this building for Red Bull. And because you was making your name hot, building in the streets, people will see that, bro. I've seen that. That's always worked for me in my life. At least somehow having ties or understanding or connection to the streets,
to the neighborhood,
or the respect for it, or not the lack of knowledge thereof. You know, like it helped me with my just relationship building. You know what I mean? People, every time I meet people, they respect me. I always get the the internet. When you get that in hoods, you good. That means I see you, you see me. I don't have to say what up and none of that. Just the head nod is solid.
That's all we need. That's what we do, man.
International head nod.
That's what we do.
That's the sign of respect. I've been seeing white brother people do it. I like it though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he knows. He's trying to get respect.
You see me? I see you. That's all you need to know, bro. That's all we need to do. We do one of the. You get one of these. You do one of these. You know what I'm saying?
Your camera went off.
Oh, so they don't got the crazy footage.
But it's that's why I was watching them.
Yeah. But yeah, bro. This wine is good, right? So it's good. Word. We still celebrating my B-Day weekend, so we about to wrap this up, y'all. Yeah, I gotta say that.
This is the mid-intervention, and I didn't do this for the other one, so I'm going to have all the videos.
Behind the scenes.
right, we're about to wrap this up. Once the camera goes out, I know it's time.
It's time.
And honestly, though, the cool thing is, since your camera when that went out, all I gotta do is, because it's still recording your audio, I'll just chop it to the main. You know what I mean? Your camera went out, but I could just clip it to the main camera.
Yeah.
So I don't have to, like, you know what I mean?
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, all that to say, this is my brother Brandon. Brandon, thanks for coming up here. Thanks for doing this segment with me. I try not to keep it too long. I know how I am. I'm not, unless you're super interesting or super, successful at doing this type of content, is the only way I'm sitting for more than an hour.
Yeah.
Regular people, you might get a half hour. Like, I don't sit and watch Kai's streams. I wait for the clippers to clip up the videos and put the 15-minute shit. Yeah, give me the 10-minute recap.
Shout out to the young brother doing his thing, but
Yeah, shout out to Kai, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a bit. I was showing Brandon last night. I used to be against the streamers too, but then when you learn what they're doing, it's like, it's exciting. It's new. It reminds me of when we was young, having fun, doing what you want with your brothers. Except just now, there's the technology is out now where
and it could be recorded.
It could be recorded all day, every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like seeing that. I like seeing young brothers grind and be successful and have fun, man.
Yeah, man, that's what sekular's for, right?
Yep.
For the up and coming.
It's for the next generation, pretty much.
Yeah, we got this. We gonna do big things, and you gonna do big things, and you got my support. We support each other.
Thanks.
There's always love. We gonna wrap it up though. I appreciate you guys listening to me and
tell them how they can find you.
But I'll say it again how you can find me. You can find me on the socials. Instagram is brand BRAN.blackeyes BLKEYES. So at brand.blackeyes on Instagram. If you need to reach me, you can email me at brand.blackeyes@gmail.com. If you want to book me for a shoot, same thing, reach out to me there. Website coming soon. But once that's up and running, it'll be blackeyes.art. And find me in Brooklyn. If you're in New York and you visiting, hit me up. You need a photo shoot, hit me up. Or if you just want to see how Brooklyn is, you know what I mean? I'll be happy to show y'all around. So
don't come with the mediocre price, budgets.
Yeah, that's a fact, man.
Listen to the convo.
We trying to get money out here. We trying to.
He's got mad years experience.
Still grinding, still learning. No matter how good you get, you always learning.
That's facts. I'm always learning every day.
You're always learning. And don't be afraid to learn from people who are also within your realm. I love that. I love tapping in with Mike and, Ruben and a few other creators I've met through my life because, it helps you. It helps you. You know what I'm saying? Try not to come into this with an ego. You want to be confident in your work and in your vision, but try not to come with an ego. I love working with other creatives. You know what I'm saying? I love collabing. But, yeah, that's it. If you need to holler at me and you want some more info, just reach out to me. And, we're going to cut it short. It is my B-Day weekend. So we got some things to do tonight. We outside, And, love y'all. Holla at y'all, Denver. And we out.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in. We love y'all. More content to come. I would ask y'all, tell us what you want to see, but you're not going to do it because y'all are haters. And it's all right.
Sheesh.
That's why if I ever see your sister, it's for the haters. Listen, I'm putting this on my gram. If I see your sister and she's at least 25, I'm trying to fuck.
You said she getting bagged, you heard?
Because I don't want to bag your sister and she under 25 and she can't rent me a car and there's an extra fee. You know what I'm saying? I ain't dealing with them bitches.
She getting bagged.
I need a shorty who could rent a car without a fee. So if I see your sister, if I see your mother, yeah, because I know you watching this, you young 20s, late 20s, your mother probably late 40s, early 50s, about to be a doña. You know what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
Tell your mother I want some rice and beans, fried chuletas.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, I want the white rice with beans too, you know what I'm saying? Not the yellow rice. I want white rice.
What's wrong with the yellow rice?
I love yellow rice. Hold on, this is how I want boys' mans to cook me this, moms to cook me this. Don't you tell his mom what you want her to cook for you. Make a lasagna for him, bitch. Nah, I'm just wild. Good thing I ain't talking to nobody specifically.
That ass.
Bill, thank you for tuning in to Sekular. I say whatever the fuck I want. I do whatever the fuck I want. It's my show. It's my company. If you don't like it, fucking take the RTD home. It's right there. You about to hear it. All right? Told you. Holla.
Shout out to one more thing. I gotta shout my people out. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Brina. Shout out to Ruben, Dell, E, Gene, Anna, the rest of the family that I love and that's been supporting me. My grandpas. Love y'all. We outie. You heard?
We outie. Not like the belly button, but we out. Remember outie belly buttons? Those exist?
Bro, we out, nigga. We out.
But we can still end it. But hold on, look, this is the end of it. But do outie still exist? Like outie belly button? I haven't seen an outie belly button since I was a kid.
I don't know. I haven't seen one in a minute.
Shit was wild. I used to think they had an extra dick.
Yo, don't.
Hey, yo, my man got 2 dicks.
Look, listen. I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I heard though. Yo, don't call it. This might be the dumbest shit ever. I heard though. Once you get older, I should know this shit. I went to school for shit like this, biology and all that. But I think as you get older, that outie, like, it goes away. You know, I think that's outie is something when you're younger, and then your body develops and you go through puberty, and as you get older, it goes away.
Y'all, please don't hold him to that, because I don't know if that's a factor.
Yeah, I don't know. Yo, don't hold me to that. I gotta do it. Don't hold me to that. I could be wrong. Educate us on that. You know what I'm saying? We here to learn. But I think honestly I think that's what it is. I don't know.
Probably could be.
I haven't seen an outie in this age era, nigga. You know, this age. So.
Yeah, I haven't. Then again, I don't be around kids.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the kids might, but the adults don't got outies.
I don't see it.
Yeah, the adults don't got it.
You would just think they grow with it, you know what I mean? Maybe they got a surgically removed. Because if you had an outie, and your belly button never removed, you would think you see older niggas walking around with a t-shirt with they shit like, you know, like,
nigga said,
like, yo, you shit erect, bro?
My son got an erect belly button.
Your belly erect, bro?
My son got an erect belly button. That's crazy work, yo. Sekular about to be fire. This shit about to be raw and uncut. Pause.
I'm trying, y'all. It's hard, honestly. We could just talk while I was recording for the end of shit, but it's hard. It's hard to build with people. Some people, they want to connect, and then when the time and date comes, they don't really bout it. Or like I was telling you earlier, sometimes you, especially with, I mean, I'm down to even put this up. Yo, women, if you see this and you were trying to do an episode with me, just know the shit we record is going out. Like, I don't got time, because I don't care if your eyelash was off, your cat eye went a little bit north, your lip was a little dry, your hair was a little behind your ear. Nah, mama, this takes too much time, and time is money for me to have to hold off on the episode. And also, if you're coming up here, you're gonna be in socks. You see us in socks. Don't come up here with no holy socks, no dirty socks.
Shout outs to that. The comfortability of Sekular, bro. Like, I love the space you created with that.
Thank you, Bob.
You know what I'm saying? We chilling, vibing, cozy socks. Like he said, make sure your sock game on point. You want no stinky feet. You don't want no holes.
Feet. Don't step on the couch. Don't step on the carpet with your shoes. Take them off. I'm thinking about buying house slippers, just so you can take your kicks off at the door. Don't bring that dirt from outside in.
I'm saying it's nasty. You bring in viruses
and then you take the house slippers off before you get on the carpet. So have some nice socks. You don't got no socks, go buy some. Target, you know what I'm saying? Target got them. A little shout to Target. It's my second job, you know, they give me a little 15% off.
You know what I'm saying?
Although I work for them.
Don't say that out loud. Everybody gonna start hitting you up.
Yeah, they can EAD, eat a dick. You ain't getting my 15% off. It's only 15%.
Yo, 15% is something, bro. So it go a long way. It's better than nothing. I'll take 15. About to use your 15 right now. We out, nigga. Target. I gotta get shit anyway.
He lying. I went to go get Brandon a lens. He's like, it's gonna be too heavy for my bag. You ain't buying shit at Target.
That's crazy, nigga.
It's gonna be too heavy for your bag.
Fuck it, I'm out, nigga. Have that shit delivered, bro. You could make it free, right? Using your discount, right?
Listen,
free shipping.
Listen, I'm just
take care of your customers.
I'm just a peasant at Target.
Free shipping.
I run orders to guests. I'm at the bottom of the pole, which I like.
But little do they know though, you got Sekular in the crib. You know?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. No, man, look, sit back, bring the mic back.
Ooh, it was uncomfortable. That shit was in my face, bro. It felt like a beef in my face, bro.
Hey, yo.
That shit look crazy.
Oh, this is gonna be the first and last podcast Brandon ever does, because he's gonna feel like he has a schmeef in his face.
Shit mad at wreck.
Hey, yo. First and last pod Brandon's on. Well, mine.
Yeah, this thing, I'm good. I'm good behind the camera. I'm better behind the camera. Pause.
Facts, I could tell by your pictures. That's a compliment.
Word, it almost flew over my head. I had to catch that.
Yeah.
I had to catch that.
You got good pictures.
I had to catch that. Yo, we in a Maha city, son. Things feel different out here.
Yeah.
You know, the altitude.
So if you out here and you coming out here, just know the first 2 days you're gonna be a little bitch.
Altitudes is different out here, bro. Your stomach start bubbling for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, you be feeling high for no ass reason. You ain't even smoke nothing. Yeah.
Liquor hits different out here too. I don't know if you hit that. Yeah.
I feel it. You know,
it hits you faster out here. Yeah,
I feel it. I'm just drinking wine and I feel it already. Bro. Yeah. Can't be the 35 hitting like that. You know, but yeah, shout out to Sekular.
I want to know why that camera. That's the second time that camera did that. When I did, what's his name? Cool. Pause. When I filmed the DJ set, when I filmed the DJ set, and I had that camera as the bird's eye view, it went for 2 hours straight. And the last 2 times I did it in this setup, it went out at like a half hour, maybe 45 minutes.
You think it got something to do with?
No, the camera's known to overheat, but I'm wondering why when I had it on the bird's eye view,
I was gonna ask you, did anything change with the lighting? Because do you think because of exposures and things like that, it requires more energy, more output?
No,
Because of
I know.
lighting or
I mean, the
whatever?
camera. Literally, I know the camera overheats. It was a known fact when I bought the camera. It was one of the most well documented things online about the camera. So I knew that. And when I bought that camera, it wasn't like I was like, I'm not planning on using it for this. I hadn't planned on using it for stuff like this. But when I did the overhead thing and it lasted 2 hours, I was like, oh, maybe I can. But there's little fans you could buy too on the back to attach it. I think I'm just gonna invest in one of the little fans. But now I know.
Alright, we outside.
Yeah, we gotta go eat. Well, you still got your glass of
Like,
wine.
I'm about this shit, bro. Stop playing. Let's go eat. I'm starving too.
I'm starving. I can't front.
He's starving, B.